Alright, so in this video, I'm gonna be explaining another important article about domain adaptation. The title is Transferable Attention for Domain Adaptation. This paper in 2019. Recent work in domain adaptation bridges different domains by adversarially learning a domain invariant representation that cannot be distinguished by a domain discriminator. Existing methods of adversarial domain adaptation mainly align the global images across the source and target domains. However, it is obvious that not all regions of an image are transferable, while forcefully aligning the untransferable regions may lead to negative transfer. Furthermore, some of the images are significantly dissimilar across domains, resulting in weak image-level transferability. For example, if a dog has a background of green and a cat has a background of green, green is the same, so it may think that they are from the same class. But this is a cat, this is a dog. They are different. So these color background is just domain specific. But the nature, this intrinsic semantic nature of this dog and cat, these are invariant features. And so our features, some of them are invariant features, domain invariant. Some of them are domain specific features. Domain invariant feature, domain specific. So we don't want this background color to be transferred because it's just a negative transfer if we do this. If we judge by the background color, not by the intrinsic semantic nature of that animal. So to this end, we present transferable attention for domain adaptation, focusing our adaptation model on transferable regions or images. We implement two types of complementary transferable attention. Transferable local attention, generated by multiple region level domain discriminators to highlight transferable regions, and transferable global attention, generated by a single image level domain discriminator to highlight transferable images. So it is obvious that different regions of an image are not equally transferable. Some regions in the image, like background, may not contribute much to the domain adaptation, though it is possible to be aligned across domains in the feature space. Moreover, some images that are significantly dissimilar across domains in the feature space should not be forcefully aligned together across domains. Otherwise, it may be vulnerable to negative transfer of irrelevant knowledge. Transferable local attention generated by multiple region level domain discriminators to highlight transferable regions, and transferable global attention generated. So I explained that. So this is the architecture of transferable attention for domain adaptation. You see, we have feature extractor, call it anything, backbone, anything. But then we have local and global features. So because we have local and global features, we have local transfer laws and global transfer laws. And our task is classification. So to deal with this domain adaptation, we use this attentive entropy loss. So a transferable attention in the context of image is the mechanism that a human not only pays attention to the source object, but also connects this attention to a target object of interest. We introduce transferable local attention, which focuses to those transferable regions. Let's recall the well-established domain adversarial neural network. So the domain discriminator G sub D, this discriminator, serves as the first layer, and its parameters are learned by minimizing the loss L sub D of domain discriminator. So discriminator of G sub F. G sub F is just our feature extractor, our, let's call it generator. So here, discriminator of the generator, so this is just the adversarial setting. But we also have GY of GF. So the domain discriminator, GD is our domain discriminator, and GF is our feature generator, feature extractor. And so what else remains? It just source classifier G sub Y, and again this is just like this one, is just extractor, feature extractor. So this is our source classifier. So applying it to all K domains discriminator, you sum it over K domains, because for each of them we have different data. That's why our loss could be different. And then we have transferable global attention. So we further introduce a transferable global attention, which focuses to those transferable images. Focuses our domain adaptation module to those transferable images. In local attention module, we focus on transferability of each region for a fine-grained transfer. Admittedly, owing to translations, rotations, or other transformations in the images, it is possible that the domain discriminators might find fewer regions to align. However, these regions are still more transferable than the other hard-to-align regions. Therefore, it is necessary to develop a global adversarial module which can transfer knowledge under domain variations. So we train the global discriminator with the following objective function. But GB represents the bottleneck layer. We have a bottleneck layer, and D sub I is just domain label of point X sub I. So similar to local attention generation mechanism, it is also reasonable to utilize the global discriminator's output to generate an attention value for each image entropy loss, aiming to enhance the certainty of those images that are more similar across domains. The global attention value for each image is generated using this one, and D sub I is just the output of the global domain discriminator, indicating the corresponding image's transferability. The more transferable the corresponding image is, the larger global attention value M sub I is. So embedding the attention value M sub I into the entropy loss, M sub I is here, and it's just the entropy loss. Because M sub I is just the attention, so the rest of that is just entropy. So we call it attentive entropy. It's not normal entropy. Because of this term, we call it attentive, because it is multiplied by the standard entropy. And the summation is over all the samples from both source and the target. And we have C number of classes. So it is class, and summation is both class and the total sample space. By applying transferable local attention and transferable global attention modules, negative transfer for each region is alleviated and positive transfer for each image is enhanced. The local attention module based on multi-adversarial network on different regions enables a fine-grained transfer path from the source to the target domain, while the global attention module embedded on the global feature before the classifier can transfer knowledge under domain variations due to translations, rotations, or other transformations. What we still lack is proper classification loss that leads to the classifier to generate correct predictions. Like most domain adaptation methods, this loss function you see here can be formulated on the source domain labeled data. So it's just over the source domain. And L sub I is just the cross entropy, G sub Y is the source classifier. So we enable effective unsupervised domain adaptation by transferable attention for domain adaptation, which jointly learns transferable features and adaptive classifiers by integrating deep feature learning, global domain adaptation, local domain adaptation, and transferable attention. So it's end-to-end, just add all of them. And then the minimax optimization here is to find the network parameters for them. So you see the source domain and target domain. We are not using the labels of the target domains, we are just using the samples of them, not the labels of the target. So you see the attention visualization of vast convolutional layer of ResNet on the Office Home dataset. The images on the left are, you see, randomly sampled from source domain, while the right from target domain. In each group of images, the original input images, the corresponding attentions, and the attentions shown in the original input images are illustrated from left to right, respectively.